welcome along. I am Virtual Farmer and this is Chipping Norton. We are doing a survival series on here and I need to get back to the shop because we had a fairly successful day yesterday. We managed to get ourselves up to 15,000, but we need to start earning some more cash. So we're going to take on another contract today and we're going to try and take on probably a fairly big one that might take us a little while to do. There's a few vegetable harvesting contracts, which means that we're going to have to get somebody hired to do the harvester driving while we do the actual carting for it. Just realized I want to turn around in the fuel station here because the shop is just over here. It keeps catching me out, the location of the shop here. I know that there is a big sign for the vehicle shop. I mean, it's right there. But I keep driving past it. So I need to keep a better eye out. But we'll head up here. We'll park the same place as we did last time. And we'll stop right there. Right. Let's see what we have on offer for the contracts. And there's several harvesting contracts that are pretty good for us. Now, I'm looking at these and I'm kind of going, that is going to take us a very long time to do. We could do that over 2 days. It would be worth 57,994. And it might be worth doing. That would set us up really, really well, especially compared to that one, which is about an hour's less time. And that one, which is nearly 2 hours less time. But if we take this, this would get us our farm and could possibly get us some farmland as well. We are aiming to get this area down here, which is 26,000. But there's lots of farmland or lots of grass fields and things around it that are fairly inexpensive so that we could grab them. They're all owned by Clifford Powell. Ideally, we want something from Josiah Sanford, but he's we don't have anything as far as I can see that is available. Richard Miller, though, has fields all over here and would make a really good person to do because we've already got 10% left. And if we do this contract, we will get 15%. So we are going to borrow the items for the parsnips on field 16. So we're down to the field, and field 16 is actually split into 2 fields here. Generate a course. I think we probably want to do several headlands. 6 headlands on this, counterclockwise. We might try a spiral on this one. So let's generate a fieldwork course. And that is looking pretty good. I think that should work fairly well for us. So let's get this in here. And we're going to actually start this on the 2nd headland. And yeah, we should be all right, I think, for this. That's going to be difficult. No, we'll go on to the 3rd headland. And we'll start from there. That way we can come back later and do the last bit the other way around. Nearest waypoint. Start that. See where that is. Let's go get the tractor and trailer. So I did something similar to this last time I did a survival setup. I went straight in with a potato harvest. And the thing is with these, it is really good. It will get you a very good amount of money very quickly. One quick question I have is how many liters are we going to have to do? It's 787,000 liters of parsnips. We've got 9,000 liters already, so that's good. I'm hoping that it's going to be at least sort of 30,000, and certainly the way we're going at the moment, that seems to be the case. So I think our aim is going to be to knock this field out today. If we can get this field done, that is going to set us up very nicely to do the 2nd half of field 16 the next day. And we seem to be able to fill these trailers as well. So if that's the case, it's going to be about 22 loads that we have to get off these fields. Just over a headland, and looks like we have a full pair of trailers. Perfect. So we'll head out now. We'll go get these tipped, and we'll see how easy that is. But we're making good time, and yeah, 37,000. That's a really good start. Just as I left the field, the rain started to fall, and I'm hoping it's not going to last too long, because otherwise we are going to have a little bit of a problem. Speaking of which, we've got to get this into the cafe down here, and I have a horrible feeling this is not a drive-through. Oh, Lord. This might cause us a problem. I've got to get both of these trailers into here to unload. So let's see if we can get this tipped first. Getting this one tipped, not going to be a problem. It's going to be getting the dolly to tip. I can fairly easily pack a dolly trailer, but trying to do this on a regular basis is going to cause us issues. It's going to slow things down a lot. I could really do with a much bigger trailer. Fortunately, nothing is readily available. Our for sale stuff hasn't changed since yesterday. So the sale stuff is still not very helpful, and we can't afford it anyway. And this is the thing. This is part of the reason why I wanted to do this contract. But we could be doing this contract for a very long time if we're going to end up having to make these kind of maneuvers every time we're looking to sell this. There's no way I can back both of these trailers in at once. So let's see if we can get this round and in. My best bet is to do this in cab. Let's see if we can back it round. Yeah, this is going to be one of those jobs that is quite an interesting struggle to do, I think. We want to just get it round and in easily. Turn the wheel, back it up. With one of these trailers, the moment you think you've got it and start rushing a bit is the moment it all goes wrong. And yeah, this is gone from being a quick job to get this done to something of a nightmare. Back up at the field, and the mud is getting deep already. It's almost up to the wheel rims, which is not going to help matters. So we'll come on the outside here. We want to keep this going. I've got up to the top corner, and I've got a bit of a problem. I can't get out of the mud. So I'm going to have to drop the rear trailer off and hopefully be able to move forward. No. Oh, we might be stuck here until the mud and everything dries off. So let's stop the AI worker here. And I think with that as stuck as it is, what we're going to need to do is try and take on something else until things dry out on this field. So back down to the shop, and we're going to take on another contract. And so to do that, I want something that we can do on a fairly decent setup, something that will be pretty easy for us to do. We need to find something with solid fertilizer. That would be this one here. So we'll do this on field 14. And then, as we know, we need to get a couple of pallets of solid fertilizer. So buy 2 of those. And we're headed down to field 14. And hopefully this will keep us going until the rain stops enough and the ground dries up enough for us to be able to cart those parsnips. It's actually a bit annoying. We were 10% through that field on the first pass. According to the distance we've made, the progress we've made, we should have been able to get quite a long way with that that harvest today, we'd have been at least halfway through. 10% from just having to deliver 35,000 litres or 37,000 litres would mean that we were only needing to deliver 300,000. So yeah, a little bit strange. Right, let's turn this on. Pop out here, and yeah, we're mired in mud in this field as well, but we should be all right, I think. This tractor's moving, and as long as we keep this tractor moving, it won't get stuck, and we will be able to continue to make some money today. In fact, this contract might even allow us to make enough to get our yard if we're lucky. I kind of wonder if this is Richard Miller's house in here. He seems to own most of the farmland around here. We've pretty much almost exclusively done contracts from him since we started on here, and he owns all the fields around this. So yeah, maybe the farm and everything got sold to him, and he seems to be doing fairly well off it at the moment. Has plenty of work for us. So we're doing a fair amount of work for Richard, and he seems to be pretty happy. He also seems happy to sell us some land, but as I said, first we do need to get that yard, and that's right. It's right down the bottom. It would set us up really nicely, and it's got a grain store as well. And I can't wait to go around and show it. 54% complete, and we haven't finished the headland yet. That is quite special. What we're going to do is we'll turn on the GPS at this point and get that lined up. Get our second point. Set our width. And yeah, that seems to be a fairly good line. So we'll spin round, take the line, and away we go. I think the key to our success on here is definitely going to be not stopping, of trying to earn money every second of every day that we can. This has been a really good way for us to spend this rainy downtime, and we are at 95% complete. In fact, 99. So I think this is going to be done any minute. In fact, there we go. We're up to a 15% discount on field purchases from Richard Miller. But that's really good news. We are done on here. We've used all but 405 litres. So buying the 2 sets was exactly what we wanted. So let's get this back to the shop. In fact, let's get this back to shop, and then I want to see how much longer this rain is going to last, because it might be worth holding on to this spreader a little bit longer if we can earn a little bit more money from it. So we had to come back up here to the shop whether we were going to turn this in or not. Weather is going to last not much longer by the looks of things. Yeah, so maybe another half an hour. But as I said, we need to keep earning on here. So we're not going to turn that contract in. There is that contract there on field 31. And we can get a hired worker doing this, actually. So let's accept that contract. Estimated usage is going to be 3,600 litres. So let's buy 3,600 litres is our lot. We have 450. We need to buy 4 of these. Yes. It's a good thing we get the money back if we don't use any of this, because that is a huge amount. In fact, we're going to get 1 more. Okay. So these all need loading up. I think a really good early purchase on it here for us would possibly be getting a tractor of this sort of size. That field we want, that's the field we want. Getting a tractor of this sort of size and some sort of lime spreader, or not lime spreader, fertilizer spreader for the back of it. Whether that's a sprayer or one of these. This is potatoes that we're going to be doing. we should get a pretty good amount of money, or we should be able to make a pretty good amount of money off fertilizing contracts like this if we were to either get a solid spreader like this or a sprayer. And in fact, if we got a sprayer, we could do herbicide contracts as well. It looks like the rain is finally stopping, but the ground is still horrendously soggy. So we're going to keep doing this in the meantime. Be a little while. We won't be probably be about another hour before things dry out, so about 2 o'clock. So the rain has stopped and it is just coming up to 20 to 2, and I was hoping that we'd come back at 2 o'clock and see what the ground was like, but looking at this tractor and the work it's doing, not much happening as far as sinking into the ground anymore. And on top of that, we now have 20% discount on all of our field purchases with Richard Miller, and which is great because he owns a lot of fields on this map. And on top of that, this contract is done, so we can head back up to the shop. We'll complete this contract, we'll get the money in, and we will see where we are with our vegetable harvest. So let's get this back up here. We'll complete these contracts. Finish that off. We will get money back for the excess fertilizer as well. So if we have a look here, we get 8,000 for the contract. Lease cost 921 and 4,000 reimbursement for the fertilizer. So it's 11,807. So we'll collect that one. And then we've got 11,729 for that. And there we go. And that takes us up to 29,555. And so back up to the top here. Can I get this running? Nearest waypoint. Yep. So harvester is back. Let's reconnect our trailers. Start the engine on the class. And it's still a bit stuck. Right, let's try it again. I think I might have got it now. Yeah, look at that. Moving that, connecting that up again has just meant that it's got itself a little bit moved and a little bit out of the mud. We've got to watch that. Oh, and sometimes if things get out of whack, you're just not able to get these two trailers underneath. I really want to get another full set of trailers out of here before the end of the day, because we need to get this contract moving, and at the moment it's only about 20% done. Considering how fiddly this job is turning out to be, I am not wholly convinced that that this is a really quick way to earn money. I have a horrible feeling that A, we're now leaving the harvester behind, and B, that it's just, it just doesn't work quite how I would expect it to. That back that way. See if we can get that under the harvester. That too much trouble? Yeah, that's the thing. Getting this to reverse up. But between the awkwardness of the sell point and the difficultness of getting this trailer to work how we want it and everything else, I am not wholly convinced that this is our best way of getting hold of a lot of money really quickly, especially as that harvester is about to swing around this corner, and I need to keep the trailer in on it. Yeah, it's very, very fiddly in this corner. We need to try and keep the trailer under it while also getting around the corner ourselves. Oh man, I think we might be doing this till November. We've almost got our second full trailer. And that will be it in just there. Right. So, keeping our money safe, we want to just dismiss this hide worker for now. We'll then head off and we're going to take these down the bottom and get both of these tipped. Yeah. This is quite a chore because this will only mark 10% delivered of everything we've got. So we're going to need to deliver another, well, 18 trailers of this in order to complete this contract. I'm kind of left wondering how far back this is and whether it's possible just to pull up and tip in. Let's just bring up this. Oh, wow. It's really far back. So this peach colored box here, that is the tipping box for this. And we have to back these right into here to do it. So let's disconnect that one. Pull this up to here. And back this in. Right, yeah. So that's how far back this has to go. And this trailer, it's not a problem. With the other trailer, it's a dolly, so it's always going to be a little bit harder to do. Trick to backing dollies up in Farm Sim, absolutely every time in the cab. Makes it so much easier to see where everything's going. There we are, and tip that. And then, yeah, we'll be able to get back. And in fact, we may have done that in just half an hour. That would be really efficient. That, though, is not. The cafe is not taking any more parsnips. And that's a big problem. Is that a... That's not a production, is it? Will the cafe only take so much? Because if that's the case, then that will be a big issue. This will take a lot longer, and we will have to wait for the cafe to empty out. Oh man, this could get even messier than it already is. Back at the field by 4:10. We'll get ourselves underneath the auger of the harvester. There we go. And then I'm jumping the harvester every time. Right. Start that up. Get ourselves moving. And yeah, see if we can get another trailer off this by the end of the day. It's really not great though. That is a problem. I'm just looking at the profit per minute of our current contract is 278. Fertilizing contracts, that is an absolute bargain at that price. So I think we're gonna look at doing more fertilizing again, even while we're doing this contract. This contract though is not a very profitable one. We really want to set ourselves up with a tractor and a fertilizer spreader and probably start our business off on here doing that. I think trying to get a contract done, especially as we have a hired worker that's costing us money as well, this is not going to be the most profitable way to do things. And I think it's just going to take us a huge amount of time to get it done. We've done the headlands. It is 10:06 and the harvester is now getting confused by the edge of the field. I think we've bitten off much more than we can chew here, and this is probably not the best idea. It was a nice idea and it would have brought us in a lot of money, but I think we're just going to get frustrated and have a big problem. So I'm going to cancel this contract. We will pick up next time with something much better that's going to make us a lot more money. And for now, all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.